Hi, good evening. I am Metri, your biology cum science cum chemistry tutor. And thank you so much for the overwhelming support I have received for my last video. And also, children, I would like to thank you that you supported me. And on the request of so many students, I'm going to prepare a video on how do organism reproduce. I am going to keep a hold on the topic heredity and evolution. I will be proceeding ahead with the heredity and evolution after covering the topic how do organism reproduce. So reproduction is a very important topic. Okay, the topic of reproduction is important from grade 7 to grade 10th and also for 12th graders. So first you will come across the definition what is reproduction. In grade 7th you will be introduced with how plants are reproducing. Then in grade 8th, you will learn about how animals are reproducing. And then in grade 10th, you will be learning about the same in a detailed manner. And then in 12th, you have whole unit based on this topic. So you have to be very particular about learning this topic, as you are going to come across this topic again and again throughout your curriculum. So I'm going to start with the very basics. So this video is useful for 7th grader, 8th grader, as well as for the 10th graders. So do watch the introduction part and then I will be coming up with lot more related to the topic. Okay, so without wasting any time, I'm going to start. Okay, so we are going to start first with the what is reproduction. As you come across that we have lot many life processes which are important for the sustenance of life, without which there is no possibility of life. अगर nutrition, respiration, circulation, excretion जैसे processes body में नहीं होते हैं, तो there is no sustenance of life. Okay, the unicellular organisms, multicellular organism with well developed organ system can perform all the life processes for the sustenance of their life. Okay, reproduction is one of the important process that is important for the continuity of life. So you can define reproduction easily. The process ensures continuity of life. Okay, all the living organisms are capable of reproducing or giving birth to their young ones. Okay, now whether they are unicellular or multicellular, having well developed reproductive system or not, they are reproducing. So depending on what kind of organs they have, or whether they have well developed reproductive system or not, reproduction can be done in two types. Okay, so there are two types of reproduction: asexual and sexual. Okay, first talk about asexual reproduction. Okay, the mode of reproduction in which only one parent is involved. That means only single parent can give rise to their young ones. In this case, we call that this is a asexual reproduction. यानी कि जब एक single parent अपने young ones को arise करने में capable है, that is known as asexual reproduction. So only one parent is involved. Then gamete formation does not occur. Gamete formation is absent. Okay. Okay, so now gamete may be a new term for 7th graders. So for them, I would like to explain what is gamete. Gamete is a sex cells, okay, which have genetic information of both the parents. So here, as only one parent is responsible for giving rise to the young one, so there is no gamete formation. Okay, so that means there is no sperm, no egg. Now, as gamete formation is absent, so fertilization is also absent. What is fertilization? Fertilization is fusion of male and female gametes. So fertilization is absent here. Okay. Now, as here in asexual reproduction, only copying of DNA is taking place. DNA can replicate itself. That means it can make its own copy. So, in asexual reproduction, there is no fusion of gametes. That means no mother DNA, no father DNA combining with each other. Only a single DNA is copying itself and making its multiple copies. Okay. So as there is multiple DNA copying is occurring, that means there will be no variation and the offspring that is produced is exact copy of their parent. यानी कि क्योंकि एक ही पेरेंट इन्वॉल्व है, दो अलग अलग डीएनए नहीं कॉम्बाइन हो रहे हैं, फर्टिलाइजेशन नहीं हो रहा है, तो यहाँ पे क्या होता है कि जो भी ऑफस्प्रिंग होती है वो एग्जैक्ट कॉपी होती है अपने पेरेंट्स की. ठीक है. सपोज DNA, this is a DNA, it can replicate and make its own copy exactly like itself. Okay, so that is DNA copying, and here offsprings are exact copy of their parents. Are exact copy of their parents. Okay, so this was all about asexual reproduction. Okay, now asexual reproduction has its type. Not all the organisms can adapt or can take only, if can perform only one type of asexual reproduction. Okay, and do you know plants also reproduce asexually? So we will talk about this later. First, let me help you with the introduction of sexual reproduction as well. So what we have learned up till now, what is reproduction? It is one of the process or one of the characteristic feature of all the living organisms. Okay, it ensures continuity of life. That means an organism can observe the offspring of its coming up generations. Okay, you can observe the next generation of yours, then the next generation of your next generation. This is how life continues. Okay, so what process is helping us with this? That is reproduction. Now, no two individuals are like resembling with each other. दो एक जैसे organisms नहीं है. Suppose मैं अगर micro organisms की बात करती हूँ, तो micro organisms के पास well developed reproductive system नहीं है. तो उस condition में वो किस तरह से reproduce करते हैं? तो depending on किस तरह का structural organization है, reproduction दो टाइप से हो सकता है, asexual and sexual. सो एसेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन के बारे में अभी तक हमने बात की है. एसेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन में ओनली वन पेरेंट इज इन्वॉल्व. गैमेट फॉर्मेशन इसमें एब्सेंट होता है. यहाँ ओवम और स्पर्म नहीं बनते. यहाँ सिर्फ पेरेंट सेल स्प्लिट होते हैं, डिवाइड होते हैं इनटू टू डॉटर सेल्स. यहाँ गैमेट फॉर्मेशन नहीं है, फर्टिलाइजेशन एब्सेंट है, तो यहाँ सिर्फ डीएनए कॉपिंग हो रही है. यहाँ डीएनए का रिकॉम्बिनेशन नहीं होता, इसलिए ऑफस्प्रिंग जो होती हैं वो एग्जैक्ट कॉपी होती हैं अपने पेरेंट्स की. ठीक है, अब हम पढ़ते हैं अबाउट सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन. सो सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन, व्हाट इज सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन? एग्जैक्ट अपोजिट ऑफ एसेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन, राइट? एज आपने पढ़ा था कि एसेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन में ओनली वन पेरेंट इज इन्वॉल्व. सो सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन में क्या होता है? टू पेरेंट्स ऑफ डिफरेंट सेक्सेस आर इन्वॉल्व. ओके, सो टू पेरेंट्स ऑफ different sexes are involved. Okay, now gamete formation takes place. Here, gamete formation takes place. So, gamete formation takes place. So, male produce sperm and females produce ova. Okay, in human beings, if I talk, see, in all organisms you will not hear that sperm and ova. You will learn about that okay, variety of gametes are there in different organism in your higher grades. For now you are introduced with ovum and sperm. Okay, so gamete formation takes place. Gamete, again I want to recall कि gametes क्या होते हैं? सेक्स सेल्स होते हैं जिनमें जेनेटिक इंफॉर्मेशन होती है मदर और फादर की. मदर के गेमेट में मदर की जेनेटिक इंफॉर्मेशन है, फादर के गेमेट में फादर की जेनेटिक इंफॉर्मेशन है. इसके अलावा जो हम गेमेट की बात करते हैं उसको हम कनेक्टिंग लिंक भी कहते हैं बिटवीन अ ऑफस्प्रिंग एंड द पेरेंट्स. ओके, नाउ एज गेमेट फॉर्मेशन हो रहा है तो यहाँ पे फर्टिलाइजेशन भी होता है. फर्टिलाइजेशन अकर्स. ओके, now as fertilization takes place, that means two different DNA are combining. Okay, so let me help you with, suppose this is a DNA coming from a father and then the DNA coming from the mother. Suppose it's like this. It's little lighter. Let me take a dark color. So yes, this is a DNA from a mother. Okay, now when a DNA from a mother is getting fertilized, like fused with the DNA of the father, so you will get a recombinant like this. That means it has the genetic composition of mother as well as genetic composition of father. That's why some of your character resemble to your mother or some of your character resemble to your father, because you are a recombinant. है ना? आप लोगों ने सुना होगा, some of the people say your eyes looks like your mother, your voice is like your father, or your nature is like your father, your hair quality is like your father. It is all because you are a recombinant. You have certain characters coming from mother and certain characters coming from father. So basically sexual reproduction में two parents involved हैं, gamete formation होता है, fertilization होता है. Offsprings are not exact copy of their parents. Offspring produced are recombinant. Okay, so this is all sexual reproduction. Okay, now in this chapter we will learn about different types of asexual reproduction, then reproduction in flowers, then reproduction in human beings. In that detail you will learn about the reproductive system of male, female, how the process of fertilization takes place, how the process of implantation, and all the things in detail. I am going to introduce you with types of asexual reproduction now, and then we'll cover up the next topics in coming videos. So asexual reproduction can takes place either by fission, then it can takes place by budding, fission, budding, fragmentation, regeneration, spore formation, and I also told you that plants also reproduce asexually. So when I talk about asexual reproduction in plant, it is vegetative propagation. So I hope you are clear with all the topics that we have covered up till now. Thank you so much for being here with me, and hope you shower me love as you have showered me in my last video. Thank you so much once again. See you in the next video. Bye bye everyone. Take care.